talk a little bit about accountability. But before I do that, you're the president's top environmental advisor. What is the scale of this environmental disaster?
This is probably the biggest environmental disaster we've ever faced in this country. It's certainly the biggest oil spill, and we're responding with the biggest environmental response.
And what does that mean? Because that's tough to hear, the biggest environmental disaster the country has ever faced.
Well, it's very tough to hear. I'm a lifelong environmentalist. I'm from Florida. It's a very, very tough
But break that
to
down.
hear.
What does that mean?
It means more oil is leaking into the Gulf of Mexico than at any other time in our history. It means there's more oil than the Exxon Valdez.
Mm-hmm. And the ecological impact?
Well, the good news is, if there's any good news here, is that we have a lot of systems in place to manage and decrease the amount of oil that comes on shore. So, for example, more than 80 burns have been conducted. These burns are highly successful. They corral the oil, they burn it. Now, we can't do it all the time. Weather conditions don't always allow for it. Secondly, there is booming that is in place. The President visited some of that booming. They're able to capture the little pellets, the little slicks of oil that come on shore. And then finally, there is the skimming. There are over 1,400 vessels in this part of the Gulf of Mexico. We are using skimmers that skim up the oil sheen. They bring up water too. I think it's over 11 billion barrels of oil and water that have now been skimmed up. All of that is going to continue.